Jackie Robinson, a frontier in history. Jackie Robinson was born on January 31st, 1919, in Cairo, Georgia. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first African American to play in Major League Baseball. Jackie was a key figure in advancing equal opportunity and first-class citizenship for all Americans during the Civil Rights Movement of the 1950s and 60s. Jackie's name has become equal to breaking racial barriers in sports, as Jackie Robinson changed the color barrier for Major League Baseball. In 1945, the Jim Crow policies of baseball meant that African American players were only allowed to compete with other African American teams in the Negro League. At that time, Jackie was playing for the Kansas City Monarchs, a Negro League baseball team, and earning $400 a month. This changed when Branch Rickey, the general manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers, signed Jackie Robinson in 1947. When this happened, Jackie became the first African American baseball player to be signed in a Major League Baseball team, and his salary increased to $5,000 per season. After Jackie was signed in 1947, 4 other African Americans were also signed into Major League Baseball teams that year. Jackie also helped prepare for the conditions of the beginning of the Civil Rights Movement, and it was an inspiration to other African American baseball players. This was the beginning of more professional African American players being included in this sport. In the following 30-second clip, Jackie Robinson is being interviewed by Dick Cavett on the Dick Cavett Show in 1972.
We played in it.
It's incredible now to think of a sport that big that was all non-black.
Yes.
I mean, so many black stars in baseball now.
Well, you can't even count them today. It's amazing to me. I keep reading about certain ball players, and one day I look on television and he's black. There's no longer a mention of Joe Blow, Negro ball player, this kind of thing, which is as it should be. I think they should be judged solely on their abilities out there, and the race shouldn't have anything to do with it.
But they always used to, of course, they mentioned it for several years. It was like, and in this corner, and a credit to his race on radio. They always used to say that, and that way you knew.
Right.
No white man was ever a credit to his race on radio. It was always, always black. There must have been tough times. Well, obviously there must have been tough times, but I often wonder how you got what temper you have to have under control at the time. So weren't things yelled at you?
Oh, there were a number of things, but I worked for a great guy. I don't think anybody could have done the job had it not been for Mr. Rickey. He was constantly advising and guiding, and I had so much confidence in him, I would have jumped off the bridge if he told me to do it. That's how much I believed in him. And he was a man that was sincere and dedicated and willing to lend that helping hand that's so needed today in terms of the problems that we face in everyday life. Not enough people are willing to do as Mr. Rickey did.
Jackie acknowledged how he inspired African Americans to join Major League Baseball and his happiness at so many African Americans now playing this sport. He thinks that nobody should be judged by skin color, they should only be judged by their skill. As you see from the short clip, Jackie Robinson is happy about the positive changes in the Major League Baseball, as there were only white players before he joined the league. He retired January 14, 1957, after playing 10 seasons with the Brooklyn Dodgers. During this time, the Dodgers were in 6 pennants, and they won the World Series title in 1955. This was very exciting for African American children to see, and Jackie became a hero to many, many people. In 1997, Jackie was honored by Major League Baseball, and his jersey number 42 was retired for all baseball teams. Jackie's uniform number was the first to be retired in baseball history. In Jackie Robinson's career, he has accomplished many achievements. Some of Jackie Robinson's achievements includes named National League Rookie of the Year in 1947, led the second baseman in double plays 1949, 1950, 1951, 1952, selected as the National League MVP in 1949. Jackie Robinson's achievements also inspired many people to start wanting to play baseball. One of Jackie Robinson's quotes: "Life is not a spectator sport. If you're going to spend your life in the grandstand just watching what's going on, in my opinion, you're wasting life." That was just one of the many quotes Jackie Robinson has. Jackie Robinson died from a heart attack on October 24, 1972. Jackie Robinson has inspired many people and accomplished many achievements. Jackie Robinson is a frontier for the civil rights movement and a great example of doing well even with discrimination and other bad things going on. Jackie Robinson is a great inspiration to everyone, and that is why I chose him to be my frontier in history.